welcome to the Prerunner project. This is going to be my first video. I have been wanting to make YouTube videos for quite a few years now, and finally going to get and do it. So I hope you guys are going to follow along and join this adventure with me. We're going to be doing mainly budget builds, and I definitely want to include action. So my goal is to take the truck out, identify some weak points, make some modifications, take the truck out again, see where we're at, see what got better, see what still needs to get better, and go from there. I mainly do junkyard stuff. I know a lot of people look down on that, but the reality is if you do your research, you get the right parts for your application, you can make some quality stuff out of the junkyard, no problem, and save a lot of money doing it. Looking around online, I realized I was never going to be able to achieve my goal with my budget buying parts that were, available for sale online. It's not in the cards right now. So I'm going to have to go and get creative and find parts that can work for my purpose and, hopefully build something notable. Figured I would give you a quick walk around the old Bronco 2. Just picked her up not that long ago for $400. So let me give you a quick walk around here. I have had her out in the mud. I've only had it for about a month, and I really haven't done a whole lot since then. I did get these tires for it. I'm pretty happy about them. Maxxis Bighorns. So she ran and drove when I got her, and didn't really need much, but as you can tell, she's pretty straight. It's got a 5-digit odometer, so it's reading 90,000 right now. I don't know if it's rolled over once or twice or maybe even more times, but I'll tell you, it drives really good. I can't imagine it's got more than maybe 200,000 miles on it. It's straight too. It's got a couple little dents and dings in it. There's one of them. That's probably one of the worst. I just took the best tire off when I got the new tires and used it as the spare tire because the old one was tiny. She could use a coat of wax, but she's really not doing too bad for the age. That's the other owie. Nothing major though. Bumpers are all straight. She goes down the road straight. I wanted to show you guys though. I don't know if we're gonna have a good view. Yeah, that's the twin traction beam that I was talking about. So you can get a lot of travel on those. And this applies to the early model Rangers as well. They had the exact same setup. In fact, they may have used the frame from the Rangers to build these trucks as well, because you can literally go into the parts store and buy Ranger parts and they'll fit this Bronco too. So those are the axles. Twin traction beam. Let me come around here and I'll show you. Those right there are the radius arms. Now, probably one of the mods you'll see me do before too long is we're going to extend the radius arm. It mounts here. We'll probably cut this mount off and extend it back here closer to the transmission mount. The reason for that is you can get a lot more travel without that radius arm extending down so far and really just loosen things up. So it's not unreasonable to get 15 to 18 inches of front wheel travel out of these. The back, it's just your standard leaf spring setup. I know you guys can't see real great right now. I'm sorry the lighting's not better. One thing I will say, the front end that's under this right now, it's a Dana 28 twin traction beam. I would like to upgrade to a Dana 35. These have some pretty known weak points, but I'm one of those guys, I've got to break it before I can replace it. And so you'll see some videos coming up really soon. We'll get some use on it, see how she does stock like this. we'll pick out some mods to do and take her back out and see what they did for it. So you'll have to never mind all my junk that's in here right now. She is a daily driver at the moment, but you can see, minus the dirt and everything, I mean, this truck is really, really clean. It's got your typical cracks on the dashboard and stuff, but I mean, what do you expect for a truck that this, that's this age? It's reading 90,068 miles, but I'm sure it's had to have turned over once just with the age. So, going over a couple things that I've done to it. I did put the CB radio in there. You got to be able to talk to the guys when you're out wheeling. That janky switch right there, I got to get a nut for it. Right now, the zip tie is holding it on. There's a spot next to it for another switch that will be in the future. But I've actually got some lights shining down on the front end in case I'm wheeling at night and I need to get under there and see something, or if I just want to look out the window and see what I'm crawling over. Forgive me, the back is really full of junk. That's some work stuff. But I mean, this truck has really been really well kept over the years. And if I could, I'd fold the seats up and show you. I mean, there's like nothing wrong with these seats at all. Everything in here is clean, or at least it was before I got my hands on it. So, got the CB radio in there. We've got the tires on it. And then one last thing I'll show you really quick here. I don't know if you guys can see that really great. That is a Flowmaster 40. Sounds pretty good on here. It was on a 95 Chevy Suburban, and I'm definitely a fan of reusing parts. The truck got wrecked, so I kind of went through and got what I could off of it. Just take a look right here under the engine bay. If I can figure out how to get it open. So, she's got some dirt in here. Nothing crazy. Probably going to need a new battery before too long, but, she's all there. I didn't really see any crazy oil leaks. I mean, she runs really good. Starts up every single time. I do have an exhaust leak, and they're kind of packed in there, so it's probably not going to be really high on my priority list. This one's really bad. You can't even see it down there. But someday that'll be a video getting in there and trying to figure out if we just need to tighten her up, new gaskets, if there's a crack or what's going on. The exhaust leak's not really noticeable except for when it's cold, and even then really it's not horrible. I've had several Jeeps and it seems like they all have really gnarly exhaust leaks, and this is nothing like that by any means. So guys, just one last thing while I'm pulling out on the highway. I kind of wanted to show you why I'm definitely going to be considering an engine replacement, because we're floored right now, and the old girl's pretty tired. She runs smooth, but I'm not sure if they had much power from the factory. It's only a 2.9 liter V6, so she gets up to speed, but I think I may be looking into getting a tune-up done on her, because she just doesn't quite rev out like it seems like it should. It shifts really early, but it is definitely a smooth riding truck, minus all the noise of my tools and things in the back. Oh, and that's the other thing. Probably make a video about this at some point too. The fuel gauge, it always sits right there. And believe it or not, these trucks have a 23-gallon fuel tank. I couldn't believe it when I heard it. It's a tiny little Bronco 2, but the thing holds 23 gallons of fuel. So supposedly that 23 gallons will get you almost 400 miles on a tank of gas. That's pretty awesome to me. We do like to do some expeditionary type four-wheeling, so definitely gonna enjoy the extra fuel range. I'm testing it out right now. Like I said, I haven't had it too long, So this will be the first full tank I put through. I've got a 5-gallon can in the back just in case I do run out, because, you know, I don't like to be stuck on the side of the road any more than the next guy. Golly though, look at that sunset tonight. It is absolutely gorgeous down here. Alright guys, if you've stayed with me this long, I really do appreciate it. Obviously, you've noticed by now, a lot of aspects of this could use some work. Definitely got to clean up the editing. I promise in future videos I'm not going to be talking as much. There'll be more action, but I wanted to get you guys kind of a good introduction of what I plan to do and, you know, what I've got and so on and so forth. And the last thing, I just kind of wanted to show you my lights that I just put on underneath. It is a Ford, so hopefully I don't hurt anybody's feelings, but there's a good chance I'll be under here, probably on the side of the road when it's raining in the dark. So these lights might be helpful. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned. I promise the next video is going to be more action, less talking. Thanks.